In this video, I'll demonstrate how each player's turn goes through the course of Dominion. There are 4 basic steps to each player's turn. They follow an A, B, C, and D pattern. A is your action step, B is for buy, C is the cleanup step, and D is to draw a new hand. The first time you play a hand in Dominion, you take the top 5 cards from your draw deck, look at them, and begin by playing any action cards that might be in your hand. To begin this game, I have no action cards, so I skip the action step and go straight to buy. I have 4 copper to buy with, and this estate card is not used for anything in this particular hand. With my 4 copper, I can choose 1 card from the action pile, from the treasury pile, or from the victory point pile to add to my hand. With these 4 copper, I can choose a card that costs 4 or less, and for this particular turn, I'll take a militia card, which costs 4. You can find the cost of the card in the bottom left-hand corner of the card in a gold circle. After purchasing this card, I go to the C, cleanup phase of my turn, take all of the cards that were in front of me, and move them to my discard pile, including the militia card that I just purchased. Before my turn is over, I have to draw the next 5 cards from my draw pile, getting my next hand, so after the people I'm playing with have had their turns, I'm ready to go. Once it's my turn again, I begin with the action phase, into the buy, I then clean everything up and add to my discard pile. At this point in the game, I'm not able to draw my next 5 cards. So I take my discard pile, I shuffle them, add that back over to my draw pile, and take the next 5 cards. I now have my next hand ready to play, and as I take things from my discard pile and add them back to my draw pile, the action cards that I purchased through each turn will be sorted into my hand. It just happens that I was able to draw an action card this time, so to begin my turn, for my action step, I would play my militia, and each of the players would take the action indicated on the card. I then move on to the buy phase of my hand, and the estate cards that happen to be in my hand this time are not useful. As the game progresses, you'll have more and more action cards that will tell you to do things that you have to follow. So at a later turn in Dominion, I would take the top 5 cards from this hand, I would look at them, and begin by playing my action cards. One strategy that will help you through Dominion is to always play action cards that give you an additional action so that you can take advantage of all of the cards in your hand. In this case, I'm going to play a village first. It's an action card that tells me to draw 1 card. So I draw the top card from my draw pile, and I have 2 actions remaining. I have 1 action card left in my hand, so I'll play a market card. That tells me to draw another card, so I'll draw the top card from my draw pile, and I still have an action remaining. My hand no longer has action cards in it though, so I'm no longer going to make use of the remaining actions that I have available to me. I move from action into buy, taking all of my treasure cards, getting ready to count those, and setting aside the victory point because it's not useful in this hand. I look at all of my treasure cards and count up the total value of the treasure indicated on the cards. In this case, I have 2 copper, 1 silver, and 1 gold, giving me a total of 7 treasures. And on the market card, I'm given an extra treasure point, meaning in this hand, I have 8 treasure points, allowing me to buy a province. As you go through the game of Dominion, you'll be purchasing action, treasure, and victory point cards. The treasure and action cards will be used in each of your hands to purchase new cards to add to your deck, or victory points. The victory points are not used during the game of Dominion. Only at the end of the game do these cards matter. These are the only cards at the end of the game that matter though, as they're the only cards that will give you victory points. As I have now completed the buy phase of this hand, I clean everything up in front of me, move everything to the discard pile, draw the next 5 cards from my draw pile, and the next player in the game is ready to go.